on my phone.
I can't even tag you on Instagram.
No,
in the post today to let everybody know the Fight Companion.
There's shadow ban and then there's Eddie ban.
Oh no, they're ready. I can't follow people. They won't allow me to follow anybody.
Well, that's how loud
I
it
have
is.
students that think I'm a dick. Why would you follow? Yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to follow you.
Well, maybe
I'm
try
trying to
lay
follow.
off on. You
I
and
have to
Sam
make
Tripoli.
videos. I do screenshot video. I go, look, boom, and I go back. Look, it says follow. Now you're following. Then I go off the page and I go back, follow back. I press it. And I go off the page, and then I go, look, it keeps going back to follow back.
Maybe don't call it a scandemic, etc. You're going to rouse the powers that be.
Why can't he speak
No,
his
they warn
truth,
me.
though? Why can't he
They
feel
warn me. They send me shit, and they go, you keep talking this shit, we're about to pull your fucking... They warn me.
Somebody likes you there because at least you're not Andrew Tate. Like they seize his assets. They seize his financial banking.
He was saying things about women that he was saying that, like, what did he say that specifically got them triggered? Because it was basically saying massage. Look, he plays, part of it is like a character, and part of it he's a legit world champion kickboxer who's a hard man.
So I was telling these guys.
Who doesn't buy any pussy bullshit. And that's what's resonating with young people.
And he's also pro-Trump.
The worry is that he is going to, the kids are going to listen to him because he's big on TikTok. My 12-year-old and my 14-year-old asked me about Andrew Tate.
And what'd you
my
say?
14-year-old
What'd you
asked
say?
me, I said he's a legit world champion kickboxer. I go, I like him a lot. Why do you like him? And I was asking him. And they said he says a lot of funny stuff on Twitter and TikTok. It's the TikTok thing, because the TikTok algorithm. He did something where he started something where you, like, join his group.
Yes.
And then you're supposed to, like, post stuff.
It's brilliant. That's how he gets followers. But it also gives you a page.
He blew up.
Yes.
He blew up because
he's a brilliant man.
Yeah.
My thing is with the left who wants to cancel him and, take him away. And they're like, we shouldn't look up to that. Okay, then who should we look up to?
Joe Biden.
Who do you want to fill in for that?
But also, it's not their job to just say, "Hey, this guy's a danger to young men." What are you talking about? Like a lot of times he was talking about how he says, "Become a high-value person, man or woman, and don't fuck with people who are low quality."
He fucked
people.
up with the misogynist.
Yes.
Because if he didn't do that, if he just did the pro-male stuff, and
he'd been all right.
And pro-accountability and pro-discipline stuff, and he has this post. He goes, the way I think in the morning, how I feel, has no bearing on what I do. He goes, I do everything I'm supposed to do. He goes, I get up. He goes, if I don't feel good, I still work out.
Of course.
He goes, I still work. I still go. I do everything I'm supposed to do, because that's how you get ahead in this life. If you just concentrate entirely on your feelings, you're never going to fucking get anywhere.
Correct.
And that's true, and that's a good lesson for people to learn. The problem is the other shit. There's a video of him. I don't know what the context of the video is. He's like
hitting that girl.
No, that was consensual. And by the way,
but what was it?
She came out and said they were both into this role playing shit. So both of them, she came out and she was like, "That's what we're into."
Out of context, though, like I'll be honest, me and Bert Kreischer were doing a companion.
I didn't see it,
and it just came out. And me and Bert watched it. I was like, Jesus Christ, what's he doing? We didn't have context. I'm like, that ain't good, man. He's fucked. But then once you realize she comes out and she's like, no, hold on. That's what we're into. That we both agreed to that.
Yes.
Like, well, to each their own. If that's what you want to do.
Right.
I
now,
don't agree
why
with
is
it.
that bad? But there's all these videos that I've laughed my ass off at dudes ball gagged, like CEOs.
I've not seen that.
Tied behind their back, getting
their nuts
kicked.
their nuts kicked. Yeah, that's okay.
That's somehow or another okay.
Exactly.
But it's because the guy is the powerful one.
Correct.
And the guy has allowed the woman to do that to him.
Yep.
Whereas the woman just seems like she's getting beaten
She has no
up.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she said she had a choice, apparently you're saying.
That's apparently what I'm hearing.
Yeah. She came out.
But he did a lot of good things. Then some of it was a lot, even for. But still, he should still have a voice.
Isn't that one of the things you do when you're trying to push the envelope? You fuck up and you say things you shouldn't have said.
Correct.
And this is the thing about trying to be controversial and trying to get a lot of eyes on you.
Sometimes you go over too much.
Yeah.
And they
I
took
thought
all
your
the shit.
thing with
He's wild.
Would you ever have
kids.
Tate on your podcast?
It's a conversation, right?
You know,
especially now.
You know who gave him, literally who brought him on the scene? I knew him from kickboxing and was aware of him for years, but really who put him on the scene is Tom Segura.
Really?
They don't give Tom enough credit. Not that he needs any more credit. He's fucking crushing it, but Tom really put him on the scene with, our crew. Tom's the first one brought him on.
Tom, you had him on your mom's house a year ago.
I just thought he was
longer,
funny. I thought some of the stuff he was saying on his TikTok stuff or whatever
But
was
the best is Christina P's there, and she's like, so if I'm a dumb bitch. Because you know how he talks, and she's like, okay, so I'm a dumb bitch. It's so funny, dude.
But he did get kind of canceled for
Well,
just
I
talking.
think he's on Rumble now.
Yeah, he's okay.
They took him over to Rumble, which is but it severely limits the amount of stuff you can have out there. Is he banned from YouTube? I don't believe.
Yes.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yes.
YouTube too. Wow.
Yep. And they seized his assets. So
They seize his assets.
No, they didn't.
Wait,
seize his assets.
wait,
They canceled his. So if you listen to him on Tucker Carlson, his ability to his domain name
Monetize.
and his ability to
took
monetize
it
and
away.
his ability to do transactions with certain platforms.
he had a whole school,
is
like
gone.
the man school. They took it
So
all
I think
away.
I don't know if it was PayPal, but something like that. Whatever he was doing transactions,
They seized
that
it.
he's no longer allowed to use those platforms.
And this
It's
should
a
be
really
this should be
bad
scary for
thing.
everybody, because my
Very
thing is,
scary.
and now that I'm Fighting a Kid, or even on my other million shows I do, we talk about COVID or whatever, or Newsom or something like that. Once you're not playing that ball game, they're suppressing everything, man.
Well, you don't get monetized, right? I mean,
They demonetize Fighting a Kid all the. I have to deal with it all the time.
Yeah.
King and Sing all the time, because we don't talk shit, man. But we're having fun. But if it's not part of the agenda, they're suppressing everything.
if you talk
I do.
steroids, if you talk any of that stuff.
Anything. But my whole thing with that is there has to be another. There has to be somewhere else we can go where they're not going to do that. That gets as big
Rockfin.
as. No, they're not big enough.
Oh, you want like giant numbers?
Any big boys? Because that's how I sell my tickets on the road.
Well, see, with Rumble though, they're getting bigger people over there now, and as they get bigger and bigger people, they made a big play for me when all that shit was going down with
Really?
me. Yeah, they offered me $100 million to
and they went for.
go over to Rumble, but Spotify never did anything. They stayed with me the entire time.
Yeah, I love Spotify for that.
But
The way
they're-
they've treated you,
they're great.
I was a little dicey on Spotify, and then once you went over, how they've treated you, I'm like, I love
No,
Spotify.
they're great. They're great. And Daniel Ek, the CEO, had a great saying. He goes, "I'm not going to censor rappers either. I'm not going to censor some of the things they say."
How far should we go?
If you go back and if you just go back and listen to early NWA, it's wild shit.
Or Eminem for that matter.
Or
what are you talking about?
there's so many lyrics of so many songs, not just rap songs that are
It's
people
never
would
ending.
find questionable,
Yeah.
or problematic, or they'd have an issue with.
I would go over there though, bring everything if they got big enough. I think because they offer Tim Dillon too, right?
I think they're doing something with Russell Brand, or they're trying to.
What is Rumble? Who started it?
I love Russell Brand.
I'm not exactly who started it. Not exactly sure. I know Dave Rubin's a part of it, but I don't know exactly who
we know
started
Dave's
it.
Dave.
He's coming
we
on
know Dave.
podcast.
I'll talk to
Coming on-
Dave.
They're
coming on Fighting
starting
Kid.
to do some stuff where they're getting bigger and bigger names, and if they do that and it becomes popular enough, and they can operate the way they're doing it right now with no censorship, it's a
Shit
very
could blow
interesting.
up so quick.
Yeah,
Like Rumble
yeah.
overnight could be.
I would move.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just boom.
Yeah.
Overnight.
I have 8 shows. Not bad. I would move all my shit there if it was worth it.
I think you move. Just have have it there too. You know what I mean? And
The problem
just in
is,
case.
it's not widespread with a lot of people yet. But if someone big went over there,
Correct.
think about how many people Russell Brand has. If Russell Brand, I think he's got like 6 million YouTube followers now. If he goes over there, I mean, he's already giant on
Starts an
YouTube.
influx.
And he goes over there, and everyone knows, and they just go to Rumble. It's just a different click you have to do.
Yeah,
it's not that
exactly.
big a
People
deal.
aren't
just like
loyal
that,
to
it could happen.
YouTube.
Like
They're not loyal.
If Rumble is basically like YouTube, but they don't censor
Censor.
people and they don't cancel.
That's
people.
what I need.
Is that all it is?
It's
'Cause
essentially they're committed to having a free speech platform. The problem with that is when people hear that, they go, "Oh, right wing! Oh, you're a MAGA supporter." They like immediately think that.
know.
Right.
But no, Tulsi Gabbard's over there. Glenn Greenwald is over there.
Dude,
he's about
Tulsi's
as progressive.
awesome.
He's awesome. He's about as
Tulsi.
progressive as you get.